I was screaming last night. Screaming, not dreaming. I did a little bit of dreaming too. I was screaming last night, and some people ask me like, why do you combine corn at night? Why don't you do it during the day? Well, here's proof. We do work during the day as well. We're not vampires. Spent most of the day today getting the corn head fixed. So it seems to come okay. We had to patch up a hole in the deck. So, but now we're rolling. Randall, welcome back, man. There's a lot of people that come through here, but I do remember you just solely based on your last name. I don't know if you follow the English Premier League at all, but there's a team called Sunderland. And when I saw you come in last night, made me wonder if there's like, if Sunderland was like, a rendition of Sunderland. I don't know. What's up, Bobby? No, I'm sorry. I'll remember you now, though. Yeah. Why don't you go do that? Let me come catch me one more time. Let me empty out. I shouldn't have too much to put in you, and then yeah, go top it off. I figured he would have taken off with what you gave him last time. So how do you pronounce it? Is it Tasia? I already guess I'd say Tasia. It's a unique name, I like it. Even if I am butchering it. Awesome. I'll remember you next time, I promise. Especially since I didn't remember you this time. No, it's definitely a remember. Did you ever get to go like visit your dad while he was working on the farm? Tim! Hey, everybody's coming back. What's up, guys? Welcome back. Welcome one, welcome all. Alright, you're good. Go ahead and go top them off. I think you turned around. I'll check chat out. One sec. Oh, that's why he hasn't taken off with the semi. He's out there scooping up corn piles with a 40-20. Like a latte right now, you know, one of those foo-foo coffees. Sounds pretty good. I'm not a huge foo-foo coffee kind of guy, but right now, it doesn't sound too bad. Alright, let's see here. I don't see as much corn exploding today, which is a good thing. So maybe it's just because it's not nighttime and the lights aren't shining in it. I don't know. But no, I looked and some of the flaps, like we were talking about how we just put those flaps on yesterday. We've already lost one of them. We put 4 on and there's only 3 now. And they're held on. Each one is held on by 3 bolts. And looking at the ones that were remaining, each one only had like 1 bolt left. I think there's one that had all 3 bolts. All the other ones are like hanging on by a thread. they take some abuse. That being said, if I lost all 4 of them, I don't think I would miss them. It would actually probably save me some work because I would rather just take them off myself. But it also means that we sent one of those flaps combine. So either it's somewhere in the combine still, or it's laying out in the field somewhere. Mountain Dew Purple Thunder. Is that a new one? I'm a big fan of trying all the Mountain Dews that they come out with. I think my favorite so far. I mean, I don't think I've had one that I didn't like, but I think my favorite so far is Livewire. Other than, original. Original never gets old, but I think Livewire is my favorite.
Did you want me to do the green card thing, or hand that to you?
It depends on how quick you can do it. Shoot, I don't know. You can come catch me.
Yes.
60-ton forklift, holy cow, that's 60 tons. So that thing weighs 120,000 pounds. That's unreal. Or you're saying, not what it weighs, what it can lift. It can lift 60 tons? No, it weighs 60 tons. It's gotta weigh. There's no way a forklift could lift 60 tons. So yeah, it weighs 60 tons. Because I'm thinking 80,000 pound semi is 40 tons. So what's up, Fox Paws? Welcome back. Absolutely, I love, if I'm able to, I love answering questions. I don't always promise I'll know the answer, but I'm always going to do my best. So yeah, keep the questions coming, and I'll answer them if I'm able to. Dr. George, 11 new phones called a Dr. Pepper. Okay, 35 to 100. Okay. Here he comes to save the day. How much do I make? That all depends on the yield of the crop and the price per bushel for what I can sell it for. Right now, our current yield is 244 for this field, average. That's probably the best field that we've done so far. We had one that did 247. But we also had one that did 178 and another one did 213. So our average across the board is not going to be in the 240s. It's going to be closer to like 210s to 220s, I guess. And then you take that figure and multiply it by whatever we sell it for right now. I think we can get $4.25 for corn. And then you take that figure and then you subtract my cash rent, my cost of nitrogen, cost of fertilizer, cost of crop protection, cost of fuel, cost of labor, cost of machinery, taxes, state taxes, federal taxes, trucking, drying expenses, storage expenses, and whatever is left is what I make. So some years I'm happy to just make money. This year I'm happy if I pay the bills. You've got really good years, you've got really bad years, and you just hope that the good years balance out the bad years and that you can just keep doing what you love doing. Alright, thanks for hanging out, Tasia. I'll remember you next time, I promise. Thanks for hanging out. How long do you do this for a day? Wait 1 second. I load rebar on plant beds and a steel plant. Okay. Nice, dude. Is that something you enjoy doing? I feel like I would. I love running forklift, but I also don't know if I did it all day, every day, if it would get old or if I would. But for me, running forklift is always seems like every time I've done it, I've always enjoyed it, right? Like, but I also do like a change sometimes. So I don't know if is that something you enjoy doing? The other question. How long do you do this for in a day? So I wake up, I mean, I don't start probably till 8 o'clock or so. Maybe 9, maybe 10. Today I didn't start until 3 o'clock. I literally just started like 20 minutes ago when I started the stream. Because we were fixing our corn head. We had a big old hole in the deck of our corn head and we had to patch it up. So, no bueno. We had to get some steel and had to get it bolted on there. We don't want to lose our corn through the hole in the deck. So, but typically I wake up at 6, get the kids ready for the day, get out here and hopefully get the combine rolling around 8 or 9. So that's the plan at least. And then I'll go till 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night. That way I can get to bed around midnight or so to wake up and do it again the next day. That's, in a nutshell, what the day looks like. And how many acres are we going to get done today? Not enough. How about that? We'll probably do, I'll call it 8 hours, about 8 acres an hour. On the conservative side, we'll say 7 just to be safe. So we do 7 acres an hour. If I work for another 7 hours today, then so about 50 acres, 40 to 50 acres for today probably. It's got its moments, it helps to have a good crew, which we don't have right now. I've been doing it for close to 20 years, so I'm pretty worn out. Yeah, but I think the same thing about your job, it'd be pretty cool to be out on the combine all day. Yeah, if for sure. What would make it really cool is if this was somebody else's combine. If I was getting paid to do this, like hourly, I don't know. I'm back and forth on that. When you get an hourly paycheck, you're at least guaranteed to make money, right? And you're not the one paying the bills and not the one, but you still get to have the fun running the equipment. That being said, I do enjoy, and I guess when you're working for a farmer, there's no benefits package or anything. But I also don't have a benefits package as a farmer, so I don't know. I don't know which one I would prefer. The cool thing is, no, Cody, this is field corn that we're combining here. So some of this is, you can call it field corn, squirrel corn, feed corn, number 2 yellow corn. It's all deer corn, I think. It's pretty much all the same thing. This is going to go to an ethanol plant. It's going to get made into ethanol and help them cars go vroom vroom. Whatever it doesn't go to the ethanol plant is going to be brought to a local pork producer for feed. Go ahead and empty out here and then let him go fill the small cart. The way that our system works here, everybody does it different. But our system seems to flow for us right now. We're constantly making little tweaks, but so this is our big. Ooh, don't want to spill any corn. No. Oh, now a kernel dropped. He's getting kind of far away. I should let him know. I think we'll be all right. So this is our big grain cart here. It holds 800 bushel. And our small cart holds about 500 bushel. And we have that sitting at the end of the field. Alright, you're gonna go fill the small cart. He's pulling away before I even said anything. So you'll see, he's gonna go to that small grain cart there. And he's gonna go ahead and fill it up with the big cart. So we really don't drive the small cart through the field. My dad will come with a semi and he'll park the semi, he'll jump in the small cart, and he'll empty out the small cart while I'm filling the big cart back up. And when the big cart's full, he jumps in the semi, and pretty much between those two, you got a full semi load. Rinse and repeat till the field's done. What kind of seeds do you collect? So this is corn here. And that's pretty much the only thing that we put in storage. I typically, think supply and demand, right? During harvest, the price of corn is gonna, in theory, be the worst. The last 2 years, that was not the case. But in theory, that's the way it is. So because harvest time, everybody's out in the field, everybody's harvesting corn, bringing corn in. The co-ops and elevators, they don't need corn because they have it in abundance. And so if a guy like me takes the corn and puts it into a grain bin and I store it until, let's say, June. June is typically your best price. We've had 2 inverse years in a row where June was actually a terrible month both years, so that kind of sucked. But if June is your best month, well then you take your corn, put it in storage, and sit on it until June, and then sell it for a higher price. So that's the way it's supposed to work, at least. So there he is. He's filling the small cart there. And when my dad gets back with the semi, he'll jump on the small cart. And there's my neighbor, well, he is a neighbor, but my landlord over there mowing roads. Got everybody out today. I gotta watch the clock. Got my kids in daycare right now, and their grandma is supposed to be picking them up, but I gotta make sure that's still able to happen. So if she can't do it, then I'll probably jump off the combine and go pick them up. So, hey, if you guys are if you like this stream, please hit that thumbs up. It helps me out, I think. I guess I don't know that for sure, but I'm pretty sure it bumps me up in YouTube's algorithm, tells YouTube that, hey, this guy's not so bad, and pushes me out to more people. And I appreciate it. Thank you. If not, that's cool too. It ain't no thing. As long as you're enjoying yourself and enjoying the content, that's all that really matters. So, but if you are enjoying it, why not, have other people come enjoy it as well? Alright, let me take a look at. How long does it take to finish a row? Shoot, I read that comment earlier, and I was gonna have you time me. I don't think I have a timer on my monitor, and I'm using my phone for streaming right now. So, Fox Pause. When I get to the other end, I'll try to remind you, but get your timer ready. You can set your timer, and you can time me as I go through the field. We'll figure out what a one pass will take me. Oh, nope, never mind. Fox Pause says that they're gone. Never mind. Well, there goes that. I'll watch the clock and I'll see what it takes for a pass. Every pass is different. You can have long rows, you can have short rows. Some rows I can make an entire round without needing to dump. Others I can't. So welcome back, Jennifer. Yeah, that's right. We don't talk about the flying corn. You saw nothing. You know nothing, Jon Snow. The flying corn. It sounds like a circus act. Farmer Brando and the flying corn. Well, I guess technically the DeKalb has the flying ear, right? Like DeKalb Seeds has the flying ear as their logo. You always thought that it was like, an indication of high yields or something, but no. The flying corn just means that when you try to combine it, it's gonna just fly all over the place. Yeah, no, you're right though, Jennifer. It does look a lot better. I've slowed down the header speed a little bit. I opened up my deck plates a little bit. I also don't have a spotlight shining on the kernel, so I wonder if they're secretly flying, exploding out there, and just we don't see them. Speed it up there, cowboy. Oh, he's crawling. So when you're, what's up, Franco? Welcome to the stream. When you go to run a dump cart for a farmer, the next time you do that, rules to follow. I just must build. He's going so slow. That's fine. Rules to follow is before you go underneath the combine, kind of hang up behind him for a little bit and figure out what his speed is. Because I'll change speeds based on the corn that I'm driving in. And then once you figure that out, then go ahead and get underneath his auger and set the speed to match his speed, and don't touch that throttle. It's up to the combine to go faster and go slower based on where they want to dump in the grain cart. Like as I fill the cart up, if I slow down to try to fill the back of his grain cart, and then he slows down, well then I'm gonna have to slow down more, and he's gonna have to slow down more. And it's we're gonna go up here and try to top off the front. Same thing with speeding up. Like if I try to speed up to top off the front, and then he speeds up, and I speed up, and he speeds up, and pretty soon we're burning rubber, getting pulled over. Alrighty, you're full. So, Let me take a quick look at chat, and then we'll go through the other rules of driving a grain cart so you don't get yelled at as much. You will get yelled at.
For the semi to come back, or not dumping in one of the wagons.
You can go ahead and ask Dad that. I would assume wait for the semi, but give him a call, see where he's at.
Alright, 10-4.
Alright. Russell, John 3:16. Yes, sir. Absolutely. Feel free to share whatever scripture you want in here. I feel like John 3:16, I mean, everybody knows that verse. One that really strikes me is James 2:19. Basically, because there's a lot of people out there, and this isn't really a religious stream or anything like that. It's not. I'm not gonna jam Christianity down your throat. But real quick on that note, a lot of people are like, "Oh, I believe that there's a God," but yet they're content with leaving it at that, right? Where James 2:19 says, "Hey, if you believe in God, good for you." But the demons also believe, and they tremble. I don't know. To me, it's like, well, shoot, if the demons believe in God, they're not going to heaven. It's more than just believing. On that note, I'm open to continuing this discussion, but I'm gonna take a look at chat and see what other questions. But yeah, John 3:16, great verse for sure. No, Jerry, this is 8 Roadhead. It's an 893. And I'm running it on a John Deere 9610. What do I have to eat? Nothing right now. I got a bag of napkins there. I think I ate all my snacks. I got a bunch of water. Every time that food gets dropped off, they drop me off water and coffee. And you see what happens to the water. The coffee gets drank and the water kind of gets set off to the side. So I need to drink a lot more water. I drink enough to keep the fluids going, and probably no more than that. There's water in coffee though, right? If you drink enough coffee, you should stay hydrated, right? That's how that works. Michigan Marine Farmer. I've just chatted with him the other day. I literally right before I started this stream up, I opened up YouTube to start this stream, and I saw he was live, and so I dropped in on his live and said, hey, real quick. I told him that we should co-stream sometime. He's a pretty cool dude, so he's actually I met him while I was live streaming on TikTok. He dropped in and we chatted for a while, and he's actually because on TikTok you can send gifts, right? He's one of my biggest gifters. I think he's sent me like $5 worth of gifts. Up until that point, I think I had made a grand total of 36 cents on TikTok. My first gifts came through, and I think I got like 6 cents from the gifts. So I took a screenshot because it was the very first, I haven't made a dime from YouTube yet. And that was the first money that I made on TikTok, was that 6 cents. 6 cents. Funny. So I took a screenshot of it and sent it to my wife. I'm like, baby, I'm taking you out to eat tonight. Like, but you can't get much, nothing fancy. So, anyways, that's my story. Sorry. But yes, Michigan Marine Farmer, really cool dude. Yeah, I was just kidding about the coffee hydrating me. That was a joke, guys. I'm sorry. I should have made that clear. But I just don't enjoy drinking water. So usually the way that it works is I'll have like one bottle of water during the day, which is terrible. Terrible. You're supposed to drink like, well, a lot more than that. And then when I brush my teeth in the morning, after I'm done brushing, I chug like a cup or two just to heat it, just to do it, just to, because I have to. And then same thing at night, I'll brush my teeth and I'll drink a full glass or two of water. So, I don't know. You're watching from the UK. We're at in the UK. I'm guessing probably how long ago was COVID? So pre-COVID, like a year, I think 2 years before COVID, my wife and I went on we went and toured Scotland and Ireland. So absolutely gorgeous. The Netherlands, Puerto Rico. I love it. What's up, guys? You got the whole world here. You got people from all over the place. Oh man. So if I were to choose, I've never been to Oxford. If I had to choose between Ireland or Scotland, 100% Ireland. Or did I just say Ireland? 100% Scotland. Sorry, I don't know what I said, but Scotland for sure. Tops Ireland, and people can fight me on that if they want. But man, Scotland, it's got my heart, man. I would live there if I could. Scotland's one of those places that I wish I could go back there. Like every vacation I'd take, I would love to just go back to Scotland every single time. But there's so many other places to see and visit. Like, you know, it's hard to just stick to one spot. So, but if I were stuck traveling to one place over and over and over and over and over again, Scotland would be a nice place for me. And then we're going to go ahead and cut through. If you were here last night, you probably heard me talk about it. But even in the case that you didn't hear me, so I'm going to be cutting through here. So cutting through is where I literally combine through the middle of the corn. I just make a path through the middle of the corn. And the reason why we do that is because this grain cart only come up on my left-hand side, right? And so if I only took the outside 8 rows, well, sometimes when I'm driving north, the combine would have to come on my right side, and I don't have an auger there. I can't fill them from the right side. And so I make a path through the middle of the corn, and that way it's a path for him to drive down, to drive the grain cart down. And then I can just keep doing loop-de-loops and dumping on him as I combine. If I hope I didn't butcher that explanation, but so that's why. So here we got, because we got all the corn taken off here. Oh, wrong button. I hit my throttle instead of my my swing arm. And as I talked about last night, for me, counting while going in reverse is so much easier than counting going forward. You just gotta look ahead of time to make sure you're not gonna back into anything. It looks like we are in the clear, so let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1. That's probably one pass too many, but we'll go with it. I just can't lose that one row. I got my eyes fixed on that one row. I gotta put my first. And if I don't do it in increments of 8, like if I did, if I miscounted by one row, then once I get all this corn worked off here, I would just have one row left on the end. And that's what we call the row of shame, because the farmer miscounted. So this turns my combine on. You kind of heard it, the threshing system's going, the fans, the cylinder, everything's moving in the combine. And then this engages the header. And I gotta throttle up, and we're good to go. Other combine operators that I know like to have their grain cart operator a rows for them. I know my dad prefers that, but I personally like counting my own rows. So like, there's no reason for anybody to get out of the tractor and count rows for me. I can do it myself. I'm good. And then I miscount, and I say shoot. But then I don't have anybody to blame but myself, right? Ooh, look at that dust. I see we've got a number of new people in here. If you have not subscribed yet, feel free. I'll be live. I'll be streaming pretty much the rest of the week while we wrap up corn harvest. And then once harvest is wrapped up, I'll be streaming our chisel plowing as we get our tillage done. So once we get our fertilizer spread. So hit that subscribe button, tag along. And if you could, hit that thumbs up as well. Let YouTube know that I don't suck that bad. And they should push my channel to other people. Get some more people in here. So. Fox Balls, you're back. Welcome back. Alright, let me catch up on some chats. I don't know, Joey the Roach doesn't know much about farming. He grew up in South Florida. Didn't know that this machine takes the husk out corn as well. Yeah. So, let me see if there's any quicker answers real quick before I go into that. So this is in northern Illinois, about an hour west of Chicago. We are exploring the UK with our kids for more camping here and there. They love Scotland too. I think most people like get that spiritual feeling. Yeah, exactly, 100%. Yeah, dude, traveling and camping around the UK sounds amazing. I wish I lived over there so I could just, I'm jealous. I mean, I'm not, thank you, Kenneth. Appreciate it, man. Thank you. Alright, Joey, let's dig into this. So the cone-shaped devices on the front go on either side of the row, and they kind of help keep the row because the corn's not always going to be standing perfectly straight, perfectly tall. It doesn't always stand straight up and down. Sometimes it leans, sometimes it is actually laying completely flat. The snouts will help guide the corn into the gathering chains. And I will be putting a video out, I'm not sure when, but I'm going to be putting a video out on the anatomy of a combine and how it actually works. So if you want to see that, hit that subscribe button. It will be coming, I just can't promise a time frame on that. But there are gathering chains. So there's snouts that go in between the rows, and then you have gathering chains that grab. Let me think about this. Okay, so before the gathering chains, you have knife rolls. Knife rolls, you have two knife rolls, like literally it's a roll of knives that rotates. And as they spin, they grab the stalk and pull the stalk down into the row. And as it pulls the stalk down, it chops the stalk up. And the remnants of the stalk is shot out down like below the corn head. It gets shot out the bottom. And that's what I'm leaving there. You can see the corn stalks and leaves there underneath the corn head. And as the stalk gets yanked down and chopped up, once it gets down to the ear pops off of the stalk, and that's where the gathering chains come in. The gathering chains grab the ear, and they carry the ear up to, I'm trying to use my hands, but I'm also trying to steer. Let me turn my GPS on here real quick. Alright, we're good. So the stalk goes, if you guys can see with all the dust, the stalk goes in between the snouts. The knife rolls will grab the stalk, suck it down, chop it up, the ear pops off, and then the gathering chains brings the ear up to the auger. And I don't know if you can see, you can kind of see the auger there. The auger carries the ears, put it in the middle of the combine, and this, where all the crap is laying, is the feeder house. And so it feeds the ears of corn to the feeder house, where there's chains on the feeder house with slats, and it's constantly spinning and bringing the ears of corn in underneath me. So where I'm sitting below me, there's a cylinder that's spinning. The cylinder has brass bars on it that beat against, we'll call it a grate. It's called a concave, it's the real name for it, but we'll call it a grate. And it's kind of like a U. So the cylinder is sitting inside the U, spinning, and as it spins, it brushes the kernels off the cob. And then the kernels go up my clean grain elevator into my grain tank behind me. See all the corn there behind me. And so all the kernels go up into the grain tank, and the cobs get shot out the back of the combine. So that's in a tiny nutshell how it works. There's a lot more moving parts, a lot more. You got your clean grain elevator, your killing elevator, shoe augers, sieves, chafers, a bunch of other stuff that you really don't need to know about. But in a nutshell, that's how it works. Fox Paws. I am in a completely different state than Pennsylvania. I am in Illinois. Northern Illinois, DeKalb County. This corn is used for ethanol. Most of it's going to be ethanol. We've got an ethanol plant, like 20. And if it's not used for ethanol, it's going to be sold to a pork producer for feed. To feed the piggies so we can turn them into bacon. Phone just yelled at me, so I've got 10% battery left. So I'm probably gonna go ahead and throw that on the charger. Hang on one second, guys. I got my row here. Alright, we're good. That was a very sloppy turn. So ethanol and pig food. Gotta feed them piggies so they can feed us. Oh, slow down there, cowboy. Oh, Billy. Alright. Yeah, if you guys have any questions at all, I'm totally down to explain everything. I love what I do, and I love educating. So yeah, any questions? Don't hesitate. Do farmers make a good living? Define good living. I mean, we good. You're hanging me up with a question. We have what counts, right? We have good health. We get to work outside, outdoors. We get to work with the land, doing what we love. There's a lot of pride that's in it. There's no work benefits, at least not by ways of health insurance and medical stuff. And a lot of times you don't make enough to pay the bills. Only recently did the price of corn get high enough that I'm actually able to pay the bills. Up until about a month ago, I was thinking that we were going to lose money farming this year, which is not uncommon. There's some years where like we were getting paid like $6, $7 a bushel for corn, like 3-4 years ago, something like that. It's not sustainable. That's way too high for the price of corn, but it was really good, right? In theory, like you're making a lot of money. But now, you have other years where you don't make enough to pay the bills. The cost of rent's too high, the cost of seed's too high, the cost of fertilizer's too high. It's not economical. So you find the balance. You use the really good years. You're not like, hey, I had a really good year, I'm gonna go out and buy a brand new truck. Like, no, like when you have the good years, you pocket that change. You live, frugal lives so that when the storm hits, you can still make it through to the next good years, right? So, but money's not everything. Like, we're very wealthy just in life. I don't know how to describe it, but I have a beautiful wife, 2 beautiful kids. Say it again?
Are you going to dump again on this run right here now?
Yeah, I think so. I think if I get emptied out about halfway across, I should be able to get down and back.
Roger that.
So, I hope that answers your question on if we... I forget the exact question, but if we make a good living. Yeah, that was a question. I couldn't remember how it was worded. We grow about 600 acres of corn, and that's split about 50-50 between, not about 50-50, it is split 50-50 between my dad and myself. So I guess I've got 300 acres of corn. But we farm 600 acres of corn and 600 acres of soybeans. And then we do about 10 acres of sweet corn, 10 acres of pumpkins, some squash, gourds. I think we plant somewhere around 50 to 60 different varieties of pumpkin, squash, gourds, that kind of stuff. So, it keeps us busy. Oh, kind of answered your question there too, Fox Paws, that kind of carries over to what you were just asking. Yeah, so we do corn, soybeans, pumpkin sport, squash, sweet corn, a little bit of tomatoes, some cucumbers, pickles, zucchinis, yellow squash. I think that's about it. Oh, Bruce, what's up, dude? You went to NAU? What farmer? I need to plug my phone in. I just got yelled at that it's 10%. What farmer did you work for when you went to NIU? I'm gonna say JP Favor. One second, guys. All right, we're plugged in. India, what's up, man? Why did farmers vote for Trump? This is a very slippery slope, but I will answer your question. Honestly, for me, Trump has a backbone. I don't agree with everything that he does. I'm not a Trumper. I'm not a diehard. You know, Trump can do no wrong. There's a lot of things he does that I don't agree with and I don't like. But he has a backbone, and I think as long as we carry through the tariffs and everything, like, it's painful, and I really don't. I'm gonna say more than I should, but like tariffs and stuff, it's painful for now. But as long as we can keep our backbone and hold our ground, I really think long term it will pay off. As long as we don't lose our footing. That I'm going to reiterate, I'm not a huge Trump fan. I did vote for him. I think he was our better choice between the two options. You asked why farmers voted, and I can't speak for all farmers. I can only speak for myself. We all have different reasons. That's going to stop the Trump talk now, though, just because there's a lot of people in here and people get heated and fired up. And honestly, I'm always on a more personal level, like one-on-one or in a small group setting. I'm totally open to talking politics and hearing what other people's perspectives are. I love it because, like, that's what this is, right? Like, everybody has. You want to hear your side. I'd rather hear your side than have me share my side, if that makes sense. I want to understand where other people are coming from. But that being said, that's put a pin in that. We're not gonna go down any further down that hole. Bruce Humphrey? You work for my dad? Are you serious? Alright, not that I don't believe you, but what's my dad's name? Just, from 80 to 82. Honestly, if you're not pulling my leg, this is awesome. 80 to 82, I was not even a thought yet. I was born in 89. My windows are getting dusty, man. It is dry. Bruce, I'm looking for your chat, man. What's my dad's name? How often do you have to clean your air filters? great question. It's such an odd one. Like, I mean, not in a bad way, but usually when people talk to farmers, that's not typically the question that comes to mind. I clean my air filters about every other day. I think Deere on like the manual, I think they recommend every 50 hours. So about every other. So I guess every other day is probably more than I need to, but I'd rather do that than, the other way. Ooh, that sun's getting me. The sun and the dust. Alright, I'm going to entertain a few more questions, and I'm going to shut the stream down, and let my phone recharge. I gotta give a shout back to my fertilizer guy too. I'm supposed to be getting fertilizer ordered. We've been going back and forth, and now it's my turn to get back to him. So, I'm trying to decide if I want to put sulfur down with my fertilizer. So we put down potassium and phosphorus, and I'm trying to decide if we want to throw some sulfur in there. I think we do, but working them on price right now. So I can hardly see anything. I can actually see better on the live stream camera than I can actually see myself. But I can't see where the cord is at. I can't tell if I'm going to start spilling over or not. So I'm going to come on back here to this. It's kind of difficult. Yeah, I got to wipe my windows down. Alright, you can probably go fill this one card. Let's see how close to the ground my snouts are. Can't see them though. You want your snouts as close to the ground as possible without actually going into the dirt. What is the most expensive item that a farmer has to purchase? Your top three are cash rent, assuming that you don't own the ground, and then seed, and then nitrogen, probably in that order. The average cash rent, the county average for where I'm at, is around $300 an acre, close to it. Seed, you're looking at, shoot, I don't even know, around 150 bucks an acre or so, and then another $100 an acre for nitrogen. And these are very rough figures. I would have to sit down and actually do the math for the exact numbers, but that's a close estimate to what they run. My grandfather lived across the road, I think. not John, but let's see. No, in 80, my grandpa would have been moved away because my grandpa built his house in a neighborhood in 79. I know this because I live in that house now. And so in 80, he had moved away from the home farm. I still can't, you know, if you worked for my dad for 2 years, you would know his name. Say his name. So, I think you're pulling my leg, man. I do believe that you probably worked for a farmer. I don't know if I don't think it would be my dad that you worked for. I am inquisitive enough, though, I will probably ask him if he remembers you. And if he does, then dude, that's awesome. Crazy small world. I'm not sure what diesel's going for right now. They just came and filled it up, but I haven't gotten the bill yet. So we'll see. Too much. Profit for 1 acre. You're assuming that there is a profit for 1 acre. Up until this month, we'd probably be losing money on an acre. I think we're just about break even at this point. So, which is why a lot of farmers have jobs. They've got real jobs in addition to farming. My real job in addition to farming is we've got a farm stand in town that we do summer produce and then do fall stuff like pumpkin squash gourds, whatnot, that we do Christmas trees. That's my real job, if you will. So between that and this, we stay pretty busy. Australia, what's up? I love it when I get people from Australia in here. I had a girl named Anna last night from Australia. I don't know, Aussies are the best. Just saying. Honestly, I don't even know what a hectare is in comparison to an acre. Probably something I should know off the top of my head, but I don't deal with hectares at all. But we do 1,200 acres, or whatever that converts to. Canola harvest. I feel like that'd be really interesting. That's probably something I'm gonna look up because I don't even know. I don't even know how you grow canola. I don't even think I've seen a canola plant. Is it? I don't know the first thing about it. So do you actually farm canola then? All of our stuff is old enough that we don't need to use DEF. So none of our equipment uses DEF. After Benjamin talks to me about canola a little bit more, I'm gonna go ahead and we're okay. But once he answers my question on canola, I'm gonna go ahead and shut this live stream down and charge my phone. after this dump, once I'm done dumping here, I'm gonna go ahead and sign off, guys. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet. I'll be streaming more as I continue through harvest. We should be wrapping up hopefully Saturday, pending breakdowns and weather. So, but once harvest wraps up, we'll get our tillage going on, and I'll keep the camera rolling the whole time. So hit that subscribe button. Awesome, man. Do you throw any videos online? Do you stream or post videos at all? Because I would love to watch that. Wheat, not so much. Wheat's not as exciting as canola. Wheat, I know how to farm it. We just planted our wheat right over there. It's about 50 acres or so. Yeah, for sure, dude. If you ever throw videos up, I'll be your first subscriber. I would find it fascinating. Alright. Well, I'm done dumping, so this concludes this live stream. Thank you guys for hanging out. I'll probably be doing more streaming later tonight, later in the day, once my phone's got a full charge, once I've done some office work here in the cab. And yeah, till then, I'll catch you guys later.